Yeah, let's talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fan, my man Pots and Pans, what's the deal? You kicking it with KC? First story coming from NBCSports.com. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua faces alleged allegations that he bit a woman multiple times. His lawyer seems to admit it to at least one bite. Via TMZ, Owen filed a request for a temporary restraining order against Nacua, arising from an incident that allegedly occurred on December 31st, 2025. The woman claimed that Nacua bit her thumb and then bit her shoulder. Her legal filing includes a photo of a circular bite pattern that allegedly belongs to Nacua. In comments to TMZ, lawyer or attorney Levy McCarthy dismissed the conduct as, quote, horseplay, but seemed to admit that at least one bite occurred. McCathern downplayed it as leaving a temporary mark as characterized by TMZ. The woman separately claims that Nacua made some not so friendly remarks towards a certain community earlier in the evening, which was described as the, quote, first act in what became an escalating course of rude or vulgar, threatening, violent, and harassing conduct, end quote. That's a lot going on, fam. It's a lot going on. Now, the allegations of what he said, the remarks, I'm not going to say the group that it was against, but it was anti-something. Let's say that. Anti-something remarks that he made. Allegedly. Now, this wouldn't be the first time because he allegedly did some type of anti-something gesture on a podcast or a stream, right? And he claimed he didn't know what he was doing. Now you're allegedly making some, but maybe these are rumors. These are allegations, but maybe these are made up. Somebody's just riding the train because you did that, so they're like, people will believe it. Who knows? But I will say this. You do look like somebody that'll bite somebody. And the only reason they probably admitted that is because Puka Nacua probably admitted to his lawyer, and she has an actual bite mark. And he probably admitted to being with her around that time. So the lawyer's like, all right, we can't get past that. We'll say it's a little temporary, nothing serious. If you bit somebody and you left a mark, y'all was intimate or you really doing too much, fam. So by the look at this man's face, I'd say he did all that stuff that they talking about. But these are just jokes. This is just entertainment, though. Puka Nacua, allegations of biting a woman. Do you think he did it? Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show. 313-466-4386. We do have more topics. I think we're going to keep this one in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay, yep. So, official with the NFL, the 2026-2027 season will be upon us soon. This comes from APnews.com, the Associated Press. The NFL will open the season on a Wednesday night for the second time ever, with the defending champion Seattle Seahawks set to host the first game of the 2026-2027 season. The NFL announced on Wednesday that the Seahawks will play the traditional opener as Super Bowl champions on September 9th, 2026, a day earlier than usual, with the league also having a Week 1 game in Australia between the 49ers and the Rams. The opponent for Seattle in that game, on the game that will be broadcast on NBC, will be determined later, with a possibility of a Super Bowl rematch against New England, as well as matchups against either Chicago, Kansas City, Dallas, or the Chargers. The only other time the game of the NFL season, the first game of the NFL season, was played on a Wednesday came in 2012 when the Dallas Cowboys visited the New York Giants. The game was moved from its usual Thursday spot that year because President Barack Obama was set to speak that night at the Democratic National Convention. So they moved it for him. So that's the only reason that this is really even news. The fact that they're playing a game on a Wednesday. And when you think about it, NFL usually plays games on all days except for Wednesday, Friday, Saturday for the most part. I mean, nowadays you'll get playoff games on Saturdays towards the end of the season and stuff like that. So Wednesday and Friday, but now they're starting to do it on Wednesday. I'm kind of mixed about getting football every day of the week. I'm kind of mixed about that. It's like I'm used to my ritual of my Monday night footballs, my Thursday night footballs, my Sunday nights, of course, my Sunday all day. And then I find something else to watch on the Tuesdays, the Wednesdays, the Fridays, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Saturdays. I find something else to watch. College football is for Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mix that type of routine up. So NFL trying to overstep boundaries, like playing games on Christmas against the NBA, now playing games on Wednesday. I don't know how I feel about these schedule changes, fam. Maybe they're more convenient for you, but let me know what you think about NFL and these schedule changes and playing games on Wednesdays and Christmas. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show 313-466-4386. So I think we are heading to the NBA. We got the NBA next. Yeah, we got the NBA next. Next topic we got to get into as well. This is pretty much concerning the 65-game rule. This is coming from yahoosports.com. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver backed the league's 65-game rule during the Board of Governors meeting on Wednesday. The rule, implemented in 2023-2024, requires players to appear in at least 65 games to be eligible for major awards such as MVP, All-NBA, and Defensive Player of the Year. Silver explained that the rule was introduced to curb load management and increase player participation. His comments have come after the National Basketball Players Association issued a statement on Tuesday regarding Cade Cunningham's award eligibility. Cunningham has played 61 games and is expected to be in contention for all NBA and MVP honors before suffering a collapsed lung last Wednesday. He is set to be reevaluated in early April. To qualify for awards, he must play in 4 of the Detroit Pistons' remaining 11 games. While Pistons head coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he understands the rule. He told reporters that players should not feel pressured to play through injuries to qualify for awards. I agree with that. Meanwhile, Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors suggested the league could reduce the number of games to help players stay healthy. Okay, so I want to speak on both of those then, right? I want to speak on, first and foremost, the 65-game rule. I am with the 65-game rule for the NBA. I think it's great. Should have been implemented. You should almost do 75 games, to be honest with you. But I'll take 65. Missing 17 games in the season. That's on average about 2 games, maybe 3 games a month or something like that in like an 8-month season. So it could be fair. Something can come up. You miss a game or injury or whatever. Okay, boom. That's cool. I think players nowadays are just not built for those 82 games. They make up excuses. They want the bread and they don't really. Bro, you getting paid for this. 8 months out of the year. Then you get 4 months to rest and do whatever. 4 months to rest, bro. 3 to 4 months depending on how far you go off in the playoff. Maybe even 2 months at the least. But you get that time off. No other adult in America, bro. Probably in the world, they can just take months off of work, bro. Nobody can afford that. So I'm saying all that to say, NBA players, y'all should be playing all 82 games easily. I hate load management as a fan. I don't like it. All of this other stuff is goofy, fam. Trust me. Like, Joel Embiid not playing back-to-backs. He was just out for 13 games, just came back. It's always a big announcement when he comes back, Joel Embiid, to play a game from injury. Bro, why are you even here? You're taking up a rock. Everybody was like, man, when he healthy, he a beast. He's rarely healthy. What value do you really bring, fam? We want to see players on the court. I love the 65-game rule. Keep it. With that being said, Cade Cunningham, I am a Pistons fan right here broadcasting live in Detroit. Been a Pistons fan all my life. With that being said, I love Cade Cunningham, and of course I would love for him to get MVP or be a candidate. But if you miss 65 games, you miss 65 games. It is what it is. Yeah, they want special exclusions or exceptions for Cade Cunningham in his situation having a collapsed lung. Bro, if you can't play at least 4 more games, it is what it is, bro. That's just God. The fact that it even happened that close to you getting 65 games might be God saying you really need to chill. This ain't your year. That's what I believe. So getting down to lowering the number of games in the NBA, I'm with it and against it. I'm with it only because I think that will bring more excitement to every single game in the NBA. It will make the NBA interesting like the NFL because we only get 1 game a week. And you got to build up your hype for your team, and then the rest you just got to either watch other teams or wait for your team to play another week. And every game is critical because you only got 18 games in the NFL. If you lowered the number of games to the NBA so that every game is critical, like you have to play in these games, you have to watch this because it's critical to the entire season and your record and placement, then that's why I understand lowering the number of games. 82, it's like baseball when they play 164 or something like that, 160 something. It gets watered down. It's like, I can watch a game at any point. It is what it is. No one game really makes too much of a difference. But I'm against it because players in the NBA for as long as it's been going on, for as long as I can remember, has been playing 82 games. It's been an 82-game season for as long as I can remember, unless they have lockouts. So with that being said, you new generation players just ain't built for this, and y'all making up excuses. Play your 82 games, fam. When you don't play at least the minimum 65, or if you don't play a full 82 games, your points, your rebounds, your assists, all of your statistics are going to be skewed. That's why I think there should be a minimum 65 games or a minimum games, period. Because your average points, rebounds, assists, blocks, all of that is skewed because you played less number of games. So that's why. If anybody's really paying attention, you know that about statistics. And the average against the mean is 2 different things, and that's a whole nother conversation. But the point is, that's why I'm with the 65-game rule. And that's why I'm with keeping it at 82 games per season. But let me know what you think. I'm talking my head off. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. Man, is this the last topic? No. We got one more. We got one more after this. One more after this. So I do want to talk about this situation. This story actually coming from, I got you right here. Story is coming from apnews.com. That's the Associated Press. Oklahoma linebacker Owen Heineke is suing the NCAA for an additional year of eligibility according to court documents. Heineke played briefly in 3 games of lacrosse at Ohio State in February 2022, costing him a year of eligibility. He transferred to play football at Oklahoma, then sat out for a year because of injury. Okay. He was mostly a special teams player in 2023 and 2024 before breaking out last season with 74 tackles, including 12 for loss and 3 sacks. Excuse my background. 3 sacks. Heineke has hired an agent and participated in the Senior Bowl, Oklahoma Pro Day, and NFL Scouting Combine while trying to regain the year of eligibility in college. Excuse me with that what's the name, green screen. Anyway, Heineke's lawyers say he should get an additional year because of the factors beyond his control. They say Heineke lost his year of eligibility as a freshman because the Ohio State's lacrosse coach ignored his request to redshirt so he could recover from high school injuries. The filing said Heineke wants to return to school to improve his draft stock and seek his master's degree in accounting. Oklahoma is backing his quest. Of course, you're trying to raise your NFL draft stock by trying to go back to college. The fact that you got to do it by suing them, I think is the corniest thing ever. I think anybody who declares for the draft, goes to the draft, goes to pro day, does all that stuff, but then realize you don't get picked up, so you try to go back to college, I think that's corny, fam. I think you weak, too. I think you super weak, bro. Like, just give it up. Find something else to do. I get it. Try to get in there, get the bag, get out. Boom. But why even waste your time for real? We could be seeing real people for real, for real. I don't know, man. And then these players are getting older and older, still playing in college. That's the thing as well. Like, you already basically got pro experience, pro training, pro day, and all of that. You have pro knowledge. You're going against kids fresh out of high school. That's kind of corny to me, dog. When you think about it like that, that's the corny part to me. Going back, not only going back to college to play, but then you got to sue the NCAA to do it. But Oklahoma said they fine with it. Oklahoma University of Oklahoma, whatever they call, they said, yeah, we're cool with it. You can come back. I'm pretty sure they got some money on some end of the deal if you come back. That's their only interest in you coming back. Other than that, they'll probably have to pay you. And they probably like, hey, we'll get some money. We'll pay you a portion of it. So, yeah, we want them back. That's what I'm thinking, politics. Other than that, man, you taking up space, fam. Keep it moving. You're too old to be trying to do this again. I say as an old dude doing something on YouTube streaming. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show. Should you still be eligible to play in the NCAA or college sports if you try to go to the pros to get drafted, but you don't get drafted? Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. This is for sure the last topic. Let's get to it. Now, baseball season is in full effect. As of today, as a matter of fact, San Francisco Giants against the New York Yankees played today on opening day, Wednesday, March 25th. It's actually streaming live on Netflix, by the way. No endorsement. But get into that. Speaking of baseball, this story is coming from MLB.com, the official source. The automated ball strike ABS challenge system powered by T-Mobile being implemented in MLB this year was a very long time coming. Way back in 1939, a spread in Popular Science magazine proposed what was called an, quote, electric umpire with horizontal and vertical line beams intersecting above home plate and reporting whether the pitch ball was a ball or strike. 1950, Branch Rickey's Brooklyn Dodgers were using spring training to test out a generic electric design contraption that used mirrors and lenses to judge balls and strikes. It did not really work. But as you can see behind me, this is a picture of Jackie Robinson and Duke Snyder actually checking it out and testing out that automated ball strike system. Rare picture right there just for you to get a look of it. It's pretty nice. All right, keeping it moving, talking about it. So a couple things about the automated ball strike system that they're implementing, basically like a robot using lasers and stuff like that to kind of see if it's really a ball strike, if it's in the strike zone. They say, the strike zone will be a little smaller. The ABS strike zone is two-dimensional and strictly rectangular to the batter's body. So that's something to keep in mind as well. There will be a new layer of strategy within MLB games. Teams get 2 challenges per 9-inning games. They keep the ones they get right and they lose the ones that they get wrong. And there's a lot less to argue about. According to a study of retro sheet data prior to the 2022 season, ball strike arguments had led about 43% of all tracked ejections. Historically, 7,969 of 18,554 ejections total were due to ball strike arguments. So it seems like Major League Baseball, MLB, is looking to reduce those arguments between the batter and or manager and the umpire and getting ejected. Players, managers getting ejected as a cause of that. It affects the game. So they're saying we're going to lean towards technology, more towards technology. Now, while they did test this out in the minor leagues, different games, they aren't fully implementing it. It is still an umpire there behind the home base, but they're just using this ABS system to actually kind of help them out. Make things a little bit more accurate in those times where the ball is pitched in like a corner or a section of the strike zone. I love it. Technology is advancing. I think we should definitely be incorporating technology in this type of way, giving them replays, checking out the strike zone. I think this is a great thing for baseball. Football should be incorporating basketball. Every aspect of sports should be incorporating more technology. Now, do I think it can eventually water it down and take away the actual integrity of the game at one point? Possibly. So there has to be a balance. With this, I think it's fair. Something that we all didn't know for the most part, them trying this out in 1950, trying to get the automated system of determining what is a ball or strike without having somebody have to eyeball it subjectively. So it ain't like it's new technology, even though it is, but they've been trying to figure this out since the 50s. Over 75 years. So, man, hey, get with it or get lost essentially. But baseball will be using more technology. They will be using technology to determine strikes and balls more. Starting this season, the ABS system, automated ball strike system, and as of right now, it will not take away any umpires. But do you think it should? If the automated ball strike system does work in baseball, some people's gonna love it, some people's gonna hate it. But do you think it should stay and replace umpires completely? Why have somebody eyeball it if we got a machine to look at it? Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show, 313-466-4386. No other topic. I thought so. Yeah, we out of here, man. Appreciate you for kicking to a KCMC from the stance of a sports fan. You know what we do. We kick it. We talk about the sports from the perspective of a fan in the stands and on the couch watching on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Either way it go, if you got this far, hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Other than that, we appreciate you for kicking it. We out of here.